That was crazy. That was so our friends John and Mike are known as the CFOs, and they write essentially all the music for NXT and the WWE, or most of it. They were talking to Aleister and working on his theme, and based on sort of the bands that he had given them in the direction, they reached out to me and said, hey, we think you're going to be a fit for this. They had a song roughly, and we went through some iterations. We sort of all collaborated on the lyrics and went through some iterations, and then it came out, and it seemed like it was pretty well received, and it was fun and cool, and it was happening right around the time of 1,000 Mile Stare coming out, so it was great sort of to have that. A couple months later, WWE reached out to us and said, hey, we're having Code Orange on. We're thinking of also having you play with Code Orange for Aleister at NXT Brooklyn, and it was like a week before it was going to happen. So I was like, yeah, sure, as long as we can practice. And so the night before we practiced with Code Orange, they had it like down, and it was a very crazy experience, probably the craziest experience of my life. Yeah, I mean, I was a fan. I was like kind of the standard answer. I was a fan when I was younger, blah, 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 blah. But Brian, who plays guitar in Incendiary, is super into it. A lot of our friends are really into it, and there's this like crazy overlap between wrestling and hardcore. There's a ton of people into hardcore who are into wrestling, and vice versa. There's a lot of wrestlers like Seth Rollins and stuff. So I will say that like after doing that, especially going to that event and then like doing some press and stuff for it, it kind of like restarted my like interest in it again, especially being at NXT and watching how that is put on. It was extremely impressive. And yeah, I think it kind of like, it made me have a new appreciation for what they're doing, for sure.